Hey everybody, Captain Foley with you today. I haven't done much work on my dry dock. I haven't got anything painted or more decals put on since my last video, but I do have one or two things I want to do today. First off, I don't know if you guys have watched any of my other videos, but I got something called Nerd Block in the mail every month. Last month's Nerd Block had this. This is a little Trekyards character. This is Data from the Next Generation. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. Now it's a little skeleton. And on the package there's a bunch more. Kirk, Gorn, a Klingon, Data, Borg, and Captain Picard. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I got Kirk? And the Gorn, and all of them, but the original series ones to be sure. So I thought this was the only way that they were available right here. It's a little small size. Well, when my wife was out yesterday getting me coffee, she came across this. And she was kind enough to buy it for me. It was a nice surprise when she came home with more than just coffee. Here's a full-size Series 1 Captain Kirk Trekyards character. Kind of creepy. You got the little vertebrae there. Got the skeleton hand. Phaser. All little wrinkles in the shirt make it look really good. Pretty cool. So it was neat to find that. This is Series 1 apparently. We got to get some, like I said, the other ones in the set for sure. I want to get the Klingon and the Gorn, definitely, and then all the next gen ones, I guess. The Borg is kind of cool too. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I only thought they were available in the small size after getting my Nerd Block, but apparently I'm an idiot because they come in the big size too, which is really super cool. So that's those. Now I'm also going to do my Enterprise C unboxing right now. Might as well get that video done as well. So let's get right down to that. Let's take a look at the box first. As I showed you in the last video, I've got all these other ones done in the next room. I will do a video right before the build of highlighting all of them, and also my large scale 1701 E or C, sorry. Because I got a large scale one in there that I did a while ago that I absolutely love, so I'll do it as well. Just a second here. Alright, got her open now. Of course, you got your AMT round 2 models. Mailing list, newsletter, but I've got that through email, so I don't really need it. And here we've got all our secondary hull parts, our engine nacelle struts, our engines, Blizzard collectors, and the saucer. Which I wanted to see the detail on this thing. It's pretty detailed. This is going to be pretty fun to paint, just like the other one. Here's the bottom. Got your phaser rings and everything in there. Yeah, this is going to be a good one to paint. I'm pretty excited about this one, actually. Oh, I might not even have to do a lot of painting. Looks like they have the big decal sheets with the life pod and everything. Let me open those up. Hold on. Okay guys, just looking at these decal sheets here, it doesn't look like I have a lot of painting to do. It's got decals for the entire saucer section, secondary hull, engines, all the little lines, markings, everything on them. The big one that I did in the other room, I had to paint all by hand, all these things, including those different colored rings, the life buoys there, or the life escape pods. all the stuff had to be painted by hand in the other one. But this one is just decals, which with the textured hull, I don't know how well that's going to look. I'm going to have to use, of course, the microset setting solution for decals, but that'll be worth experimenting with to see whether that'll look good or not. I might even go ahead and just paint them anyway, regardless of that. So you have it. There's all the pieces laid out. Polar lights, round 2, 1/2500 scale Enterprise C NCC 1701C. So Ambassador class. So there you have it. And let's see what else we got in here. For sure. Assembly instructions. Decal placement in French. So those aren't any good to me. But yeah, not too shabby, guys. I'm looking forward to building this one. I'll probably do it after my dry dock is finished. I do have a lot of prep work to do on the refit still, but we'll get to that eventually. Like I said, I'm still waiting for a lighting kit. Still deciding which one I need to order and how much it's going to be. So I'm kind of stuck as far as the refit goes for now. I'm sure I could do a lot of paint blocking and painting and getting a lot of things ready to go before I have the lighting kit, but I'd kind of like to have the lighting kit so I could see where I stand. But that's where we are right now, guys. So thanks for tuning in. This build will be underway very soon, so stay tuned to the channel. And as for my dry dock, I'm going to start working on it right now again and get these details painted on, get the decals done, and this will be done very shortly. And I think that's it. Alright guys, you have yourselves a great day, and thank you for tuning in. This is Captain Foley, out. Hey guys, Captain Foley with you this morning. How you doing today? I know it's been a little while since my last video, and I apologize. I have fallen behind on making videos. I used to make one a day at least. But today, the dry dock is completed. All the decals are on. Actually, all I have to do now is dull coat this. Looking pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Love the colors I chose. So that's the stand for the 350 scale. I still, to this day, have not decided on which lighting kit I'm going to use to light the 350 scale. So I have not ordered one yet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start work on my 1/2500 scale Enterprise C. Got everything off of the little sprues or spurs, whatever you want to call those. I think they're sprues. Yeah, sprues. Got everything off, all the little sprue pieces filed off, ready to go. I'm going to start spray painting now, and I'm going to use the AS18 light gray. The instructions say kit is molded in the correct base color, blue, which is fine. If you desire to paint your model, the Enterprise C is a base color of white. No, it's not. They do have a white here, which kind of looks gray, to be honest. I am going to, I don't know why they say it's molded in color if it should be molded in white then. Do you not agree? Anywho, what I'm going to do is actually right now I'm going to run into the other room and grab my big Enterprise C so I can use it for references. So just hold on one second. And just like magic, here she is. So, as you can see with this one, it's got a very light gray for the main hull color, which I think looks better than white definitely would, and better than this blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray paint these parts all with the AS18 light gray, which is the same color that I did my 350 scale TOS Enterprise in. I think. I got about half a can. Should be enough to do all this. So we're going to get to spray painting these parts and then move on to assembly. Assembly for this thing is going to be super simple. It is considered to be a snap together kit. So the assembly instructions are very basic. Bump, 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 and then you're pretty much done. So it'll take me 2 seconds to put this thing together and get it assembled. So the main waiting time is going to be getting the paint to dry, and it is snapped together, but I am going to glue it. And then there's a lot of decaling. I am going to use the decals that they provide and just see how it looks, because all the other 2500 scale are covered in decals. So, I mean, the colors are close. I do like the darker blue though, but that having been said, I'm going to try to do all the decals, see how she looks, see how she turns out, and if I'm not happy with it, I can always paint the darker blue on there. I don't even know which color I used for that, to be honest. I'd have to go back and look through my paints, because I got a few specific colors just for this model, and this model is gorgeous. This model should be a model. Anyhow, so I'm going to get to the spray painting these pieces right now, and then we'll take a look at that and continue on. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to make this a long video or a short video. I haven't decided yet. We're going to find out in a few seconds, I guess, because I'm going to see how this spray painting goes and how long this is going to take. So I will talk to you guys on the flip side. See you soon. Alright, everybody. Oh, what happened to my pieces? Oh my goodness. Look, a fully assembled starship. No, I'm just kidding. I do my spray painting down here on the floor. I know I need a spray booth, but so I just wanted to show you how I set things up to be spray painted. You can see all the different colors that are on here. I've painted everything from my 350 scale Enterprise on up through here. So there's gray, there's black, there's green, there's blue. There's the copper from the dry dock. Underneath that is the white, and you can see where the shuttles were sitting when I did the 350 scale shuttles. So every time I paint something, it's like a new piece of art. So I thought I should share it. It's just an old Costco cake box, actually. And it's been through a lot. It's time to probably get a new one, but it's got so many layers of paint on it, it's not even funny. So I'm going to go ahead and paint these, and we're going to see where we stand. Arg! This is frustrating. Empty. And I got everything coated very lightly. And I didn't get the upper half of the secondary hull painted at all, which means I need to make a hobby store trip. So this piece wasn't painted on the top at all. Everything else has a good layer of paint on it, which when it dries should look good. I might have to do a little bit more on the engines, but I gotta get a whole new can of spray paint. So not happy. Not happy. Curse you, AS18, for not being full. Oh well. I take solace in the fact that this is here and it's complete. There's a picture of it in front of the box with the way the new one should look. Pretty much everything on the new one is decals except for the red on the engine nacelle there and the blue on the engines. Even that copper part is a decal. It's kind of a yellowy orange color. I think I'm just going to I'll apply it, see how it looks, but I might end up just painting the copper, because I think the copper would look so much better on this model. So anyway, guys, there you go. That's today's quick little video. Hopefully I can get to the store soon, possibly even today, to pick some AS18 up. So I can finish painting this and get the assembly done. These parts, of course, don't get painted gray. Well, that part actually should have, because that's the base thing that goes in the bottom. Dang nabbit. Oh well, my frustrations, eh? First world problems. Well, model building problems. I'm sure you guys can relate. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. This is Captain Foley saying, see ya later. Hey, boys and ghouls. Although I'm pretty sure there's no girls watching this channel. Anywho, it's been about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes since my last video. I had a chance to run to the hobby store and got a few things. So we're going to be moving on here with our Enterprise C 2500s scale build, which is over here drying. Well, it's dry. As you can see, there's some blue peeking through on a lot of those pieces. But fear not, for I have required a new can of AS18 and will, of course, finish spray painting those now. Also, I picked up from the hobby store some Tamiya semi-gloss black because I was out, and some pearl white spray, which, as we all know, will be for this girl, the 350 scale refits. I've got one can of the pearl white now. I'll probably need 2 or 3 more possibly, but I didn't have a whole lot of money today, so I just got the one to get prepped for the build of that. So I'll just put that down there, and in the drawer you go. Okay. So I'm going to continue on with the painting of this 2500 scale Enterprise C, and I will see you guys in just a second. Alright, so second quick coat is applied to these ones. Got that back half of the secondary hull finished up there. I gotta wait till it dries and flip it over and do the other side of that. Other than that, all the pieces are ready to go. So I'll probably be assembling those within half an hour or so. In the meantime, just take another look at the Enterprise C here. Like I said when I started this, I wasn't a big fan of the Ambassador class ships, but having built it, it grew on me. I love this design. It's a stocky little design. It's very nice. The only thing I have a complaint about, to be honest, with the C, is this area here needs something. It needs some kind of build up here. Whether it be, I know the impulse engine's down here, but whether it's an impulse engine or even some kind of weapons array, maybe a shuttle bay, something. It just, it looks lacking in that one spot. And yeah, other than that, it's a great design. I love this little ship. And this has actually turned out to be one of my favorite models that I've built. So stay tuned. I am going to get to work on that C, get the assembly done, and then I'll be very soon after that doing the decals. And it should move pretty quickly. It's a pretty basic model. After the decals are on, I'm going to add some paint touches, because honestly, with these 2500 scales, most of the detail that you normally paint on a larger model is available on the decal sheets. So I'm not even sure what I'm going to have to paint really until I've got everything on. This actually happened with my 1/1000 scale Enterprise Space Seat Edition. I thought, oh, I looked at the decal sheet really quick, gave it a quick glance, but crap, there's no, you know, the lights that go under the main shuttle bay, there's none of those, and there's no impulse engine decals. Well, so I painted them on. Looked great. got to the decals and realized, nope, they're there. Impulse engines and the navigation lights underneath the shuttle bay. So I had to like paint over them with the gray and put the decals on. So like this one has, you know, your reaction control thrusters for your saucer. These ones here, those are for the right here, this copper part. This is the color that they are. Like I said, I'll put them on, see how they look, and then I'll go from there as to whether I'm going to paint them copper or not to match the big one here. That's cool. That's got the spine. I don't know how well that's going to go with the way it assembles together because there's that gap in there, but we're going to see how that goes on. 35. Oh, those go on the underside of the engines there. So a lot of the painting is actually covered under the decals. However, I'm noticing now, I'm just looking at the decal sheets, I don't see any decals for the phaser rings except for these white. And I have like dark phaser rings as you're supposed to have, and I actually just noticed the difference. This one has 2 phaser rings, 2 small ones. On here they've got a large phaser ring on the back. Oh wait a minute, that's the front. Oh duh. Okay, never mind. Yeah, there's the 2 phaser rings. Because I was looking at it going, whoa, it's a big phaser ring, not only that, but they got all the escape pods there that this one doesn't have. Like, what the hell? But no, it's... I'm just an idiot, apparently, so take note of that. Alright, I will see you guys fairly soon. I don't know if I'm going to... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to cut this video off here, and I will see you in a couple... Well, maybe a day, maybe later today, I don't know, whenever I get around to it, but I'm going to do another, or finish after the secondary hull, the spray painting over there, and then I'm going to do the assembly, which is going to be very, very simple and straightforward. As we can see here, it's a snap together kit, but I will be gluing it, but it's boom, 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 boom. It's very, very, very simple, very straightforward. So probably next time you see it, it will be assembled at least in parts, and then we'll do the final assembly and then the decals, and then we'll do some paint touch-ups after that. So I'll probably have another video detailing the final assembly of the ship, and then we're going to go to do some decals, and then after the decals I'll do another video of what I think I should add for paint touch-ups, because I'm going to have to probably do all of the little windows and whatnot that are in there to make it look good. So alright guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying my videos. If you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know, and I will try to address those as quickly as I can. Otherwise, I'd like to say this is Captain Foley signing off. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Captain Foley with you today. Just continue to work on this 2500 scale Enterprise C. I got everything painted and I got all the sub-assemblies done. This one just needs to dry a bit. And the saucer done here. And I noticed I actually used a little bit darker gray on my big one. And I got to do that ring around there. It's a darker gray too. Yeah, so I didn't use AS18 on the big one. I forget exactly what color I used. Like I said, I'd have to go back through my paints and take a look. But anyhow, so engines are done. And now I just got to do painting. I know I got a suggestion on my site as to what to paint, and most of it I already knew, but I appreciate the input from you guys. It's really helpful. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and paint the phaser rings, the bridge, this on here, all these vents I painted a different color than you're supposed to, and gold on the shuttle bay. So I'm going to be doing those the same colors, gold back here, the phaser rings. All of the windows, it was Dirk Dirk Pitt. That's his name, Dirk Pitt. He was the one that gave me a lot of suggestions for what I should paint. Obviously, in the cell domes, or the Bizarre collectors, the deflector dish, the inner parts of the engines. He said to forego the decal that goes there and just go ahead and do the copper paint, and I agree with him. That was kind of my intention. What else? I'm going to be painting the navigation lights. I said bridge already. Yeah, so I'm going to do all the windows and stuff right now. Get those all out of the way, and then I'll go ahead and do some painting with for the phaser rings and etc. etc. But I'm going to go ahead and do the painting right now for the windows, and for that I'm using a fine-tipped Gundam marker. Open Gundam marker. Yeah, no, I shouldn't have done that. Sorry. But yeah, that's stuck in my head all day. I used one yesterday, and all day I was hearing open Gundam marker. Yeah, I torture myself, and you guys now apparently. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will see you very shortly with the results. Okay guys, voila, like magic, the first row is done. It takes quite a while, and yeah, they're not all perfect, but also my hands cramped up. But anyway, I'm going to keep going with this. There's a lot of frickin' windows. It doesn't really look like it when you first look at it, but once you start doing them, there's a lot of windows. So yeah, I recommend that everybody that does model building, get a Gundam marker set, especially the fine tip. You can also get these different color packs, and you can also buy them individually on eBay. There's like gold ones, black ones. They're very, very, very handy. So I highly suggest those to anybody. I'm taking Dirk, I think his name is Dirk Pitt. Hold on. Yeah, Dirk Pitt. He's the one that commented on my video. He suggested I do the windows prior to putting on the decals. Hopefully this works out. I'm going to try it out, and he says that the decals, it'll show through the decal, so best to do it this way. On my Enterprise E that I did the 2500 scale, I did it after the decals, and it worked just as fine too. So we're going to do a comparison and see which is best. So hopefully you're right. Thanks for the input. I will try it out and see how it goes. If I have to do them all over again, that's not a big deal. I will just do that after the fact, but I'll have a hand cramp to show for it. But anyway, so I'm going to continue on with this, and we'll see how it goes. So guys, work continues on this. It was just a minute or so since my last little clip there, but what I was thinking of was yesterday when I was talking about how this has a big empty space here that could really use something. What I think I want to do is, buy another model kit, or actually 2 kits of this, and put a third warp engine here. I think a third warp engine on the Ambassador class would look absolutely amazing. Pretty much because of the fact that there is nothing here. So it wouldn't be a stretch to add one on there. And with the way these engines are, these stocky little engines, I think one sitting up here would look amazing. It would really do this ship justice. If anybody's tried this or have seen it before, let me know, because I'd like to take a look at your work. Otherwise, eventually down the road, I will be trying that out, because I think it'd be a great experiment, and definitely worth trying. So give me your feedback, guys. Do you think I should go ahead and do that, or do you know of anybody that has, or have you ever, I don't know, if you have pictures of one that does? I should probably look that up before I ask you guys, but it was just a thought that occurred to me as I was uploading my video from yesterday when I spoke about this part, that there's nothing there at all, that I should have put in my video yesterday, but I thought I'd shoot that out to you guys and just get a feel for what you guys think about it. So yeah, definitely leave comments for me, or send me a message. It would be great to hear your input, and I appreciate everybody that does comment on my videos. So thanks again, guys. Just going to continue on with these windows, and we will see you in a sec. Phew! About 20 minutes later, and I'm done. Now, I have made a few mistakes where the pen's kind of slipped out of the holes, as you can see here. And there. And a few other ones. So what I'm going to do here, because this was a spray paint that I used, so it's that AS18 from Tamiya. Gonna do one of these real quick. And then I get my smallest brush. Which apparently wasn't cleaned after the last time I used it. Just a second, guys, I gotta clean this. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. That never happens. I always clean my brushes. Apparently didn't clean this one well enough last time, but anyway. So it's gonna be hard to do holding this, but I will find a way. Okay. Let's just give it a quick touch up. And a few of the areas that I know I screwed up in. Okay, let's see if we can see anywhere else along here. There's one right there. Sorry if this is out of focus, guys. I'm holding the iPad and doing these touch-ups, so. You guys can see here. That one kind of made the Gundam marker run there. Or bleed into it. Where are we here? Right there. When it dries, it'll be won't be noticeable again anymore. Let's go around one more time and do some more touch-ups. But yeah, I always clean my brush after every time I use it. Just a good policy. Apparently the last time I used it, I didn't do a very good job, and I apologize. It shows bad skill on my part. Kind of shitty when you guys are watching me here. When these dry, they won't even be noticeable. Plus, the decals are going over them anyway with the blue, so it's not a big deal. It's just anywhere where I majorly like colored outside the lines. Yes, I still color outside the lines apparently. It's really hard to do when I'm holding you guys, but anyway, so that part is done. The upper saucer is done for the windows. I still painting to do, like I said, the shuttle bay, these vents at the back, a bunch of stuff up here around the bridge and the bridge itself. Phaser rings. Along the edge here, I need to paint it a darker gray, and then I got to go back in with the Gundam marker and do the windows. As for the flip side, I got to do the sensor dome there. Paint it, paint the navigation lights, paint the phaser ring. And then Gundam marker up all those windows there, which these ones aren't very defined compared to the top. So anyway, so yeah, that's how I do my windows. I just use the Gundam marker and then go around and fix any mistakes with the same color paint. I'll probably go around after I put you guys down, because it'd be a lot easier to just do final touch-ups, etc. Yeah, I don't have to paint any of the escape pods because they're all included in the decal sheet. So there you have it, guys. We're going to call it a wrap for today. I got to let this dry and do all the windows on it. These just need to do nothing. They just need to be put on the ship. Well, I need to paint the copper and the blue for the engine, but yeah, there you have it, guys. So that was today's quick little lesson on my windows. Not exactly 100% stellar, but sorry about that, guys. It was just it's morning and I haven't had a coffee yet. It's kind of an off day. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and it was great seeing you back on my channel. Please feel free to comment and also subscribe and like. It really helps me out, and I will talk to you guys very soon. All right, it's Captain Foley out. Good morning, fellow Trekkies. How you doing today? This is Captain Foley coming at you today. Just working on my Enterprise C, and I got a little bit of progress done over the weekend. Not a whole lot. It's been a nice weather, so I've been outside doing things, getting things ready, and I'd just like to show you the progress I have made. I am doing another video today, so check that out on my channel. It's going to be a highlight of my Franklin Mint Star Trek chess set with the gold and silver pieces. I've already done the 3D, the tri-dimensional chess set from the Franklin Mint. You can check that out in an earlier video as well. But I'll be doing that one later today, and it'll be up a little bit later, okay? So check that out, and we will continue on now with the Enterprise C. So here we go. So there, of course, is the big one that I'm using as my paint reference. This is all I've got done so far. I got the phaser rings painted. I've got the copper vents that I have painted on this one. On this one, there are decals that cover this and highlight these other vents. So I don't know if I'm going to touch them yet or not. I may paint them silver like that, but we're not 100% sure yet. I got my bridge painted with the gold and silver. So looking very much alike. Got my reaction control thrusters painted. I got the sides of the saucer painted a darker gray. I've got the little blue dome on the bottom there for the planetary sensor. Little blue dome. So I've got it painted on the bottom here, as well as the phaser rings on the bottom. These I have painted. Whoops. These I have painted copper, just like on this one. Copper. So this 2500 scale is going to be very much like my large one. I've got the blue started on the engines. I've got to take a knife and scrape some of the blue away that's overlapping here. Got the copper done. I have got my deflector dish underway, maybe another coat or two of blue. And the blue I'm using for this effect, this shiny effect, is actually Tamiya Clear Blue X23. Very nice when you do a couple of coats of it. This is about 3 coats. Gives it a nice glossy look, and one of my favorite blues, definitely. So that's how they're coming along. Like I said, I got a few little things to scrape off here. This is just going to be a quick video detailing my progress. So I have this. I have the windows done on here. So the secondary hull is almost ready to go. It's coming along nicely. Like I said, I just got to do some paint scraping there to get some of that blue off. I got to paint around the deflector dish a darker gray. Got to do the Bizarre collectors. A dark gray ring at the back, and then the red, like that. And other than that, it's pretty much good to go for decaling and final assembly. So looking good. And I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in again. I really appreciate all the views I've been getting lately, and the comments are very helpful. And I just want to say thank you guys. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So I really enjoy the fact that you guys are checking out my videos and getting something out of them. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. So anyway, I would just like to say thanks again, and I will talk to you very soon. I'm going to be doing that other video in the next few minutes while this one's uploading, just highlighting my Franklin Mint 25th anniversary collector's chest set. So check that out on my channel, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Please like and subscribe. Thanks again, guys. It's Captain Foley out. Hey guys, Captain Foley with you today. How you doing? I was going to do a video with my Enterprise C in the other room on my workbench there. I needed to do final assembly and start the decals today. However, I had a light fixture issue, and I need to buy a new light fixture, so there's insufficient lighting in there right now for filming. So, just making a quick video to say I haven't forgotten about you guys. I will be having another one up probably tomorrow. I hope to get the light fixture fixed either today or tomorrow, so that shouldn't be an issue. Other than that, not much going on over here. I just wanted to touch base with you guys and show you the big girl here. So anyway, just a quick update video, nothing special. Just wanted to let you know that I hadn't forgotten about you. I had started making the video, and then the light went out multiple times. So I just gave up, and I'm doing this quick video just to say sorry. Sorry, my light fucked up. Anywho, so I will talk to you guys very soon as soon as I get that fixed, and I will get that Enterprise C well underway. I got a lot of the painting done last night. I have a few more little painting things to do, and then final assembly, and then we're going to be on to decals. Dan, I talked to you last night about decals. And I'd like to thank William Mann and William Gulliver, who commented on my very frustrating decals for my 350 scale shuttles. They gave me a few pointers, and I gave Dan quite a few last night. Just want to let you know that that video will be up shortly with the decals, and I will try to go through it step by step so you can see how to best do decals. And by the way, Dan, great job on the models. Dan Carroll, he's a gentleman that subscribed to my channel yesterday. We were chatting last night. He just getting back into model building, and he wasn't sure of his work, so he sent me a few photos. Great stuff, great stuff. Especially his Batmobile is awesome, and so is his Galaxy Quest ship. There's a few issues with a few decals on some of them, but it looks to me like they're older models, so there are issues with older decals sometimes. So. And that's why he wanted to find out, well, that's why I suggested some of the decaling tips that I've learned and wanted to highlight those in a video for him. But that'll have to wait now until I get a new light in there. So I apologize for that. Otherwise, Dan, great job. I think you should post all those pictures in the stars on the model forum on Facebook. You'll get nothing but positive feedback. Other than that, I will be calling it quits for today. So thank you guys for checking me out, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye. It's Captain Foley out. Hey guys, Captain Foley with you today. How you doing? As some of you may recall from my video yesterday, I had some issues in this room with the lighting. The lighting fixture went foobar, and I didn't have lighting, so we couldn't do a video yesterday. So today is yesterday's video. Anyhow, yeah, so Captain Foley called the damage repair teams to fix this yesterday. Nobody showed up because my repair teams apparently suck. So Captain Foley did it himself, and anyway, it's fixed. It's resolved. So let's move on to the model, shall we? Got most of this done. I still have to paint the impulse engine, the impulse deck back here. Try to maybe get rid of those seams. I don't know. I've got my shuttle bay doors painted. I know the instructions call for light gray, but on this big girl here, I painted her gold. Gold. And I think it looks great. Same with the one up here on the saucer. So I want the gold on this one, same colors. This one here, on the Enterprise C, there is a phaser ring on the engine strut, which is lacking from this model. So I quickly painted one on, and after I get the decals on and everything, I'm going to tidy that up a bit and make it look a little bit neater so that it has the phaser ring on there like it's supposed to. It won't be 3D, it won't stick out, although I could probably do that. I'm not going to bother on the 2500 scale. So I've got my sensor dish painted on the front. My torpedo tubes are done. If this will focus. There we go. Saucer almost finished. I have to do the navigation lights. Still maybe one or two little accents, but got the domes painted. Shuttle bay, this thing. These vents in the back here. These, the blue's done, the dark gray is done on this one. I should tidy that up a bit. The red that I used for my nacelles is this one right here. Just stoplight red metallic Model Master. 2724. A great color for nacelles. It doesn't really show on this camera here, but it's a very even looking tone in person, and it's metallic, so it's got little sparkles in it, so it looks really nice. If they were clear domes, I would have done them the Tamiya clear red like I did with these, because that clear red looks really nice too. But so yeah, the blue's done, the copper is done, the dark gray is done, the red is done. I gotta do the dark gray on this one around here, and then I'm going to start on my assembly. Actually, no, I'm not. What I'm going to do first is decals. Got to get you that video highlighting my decaling that I promised you guys yesterday. Show you the process and how to do that. And since the decals on this are so big, like to cover the whole saucer, like one of them, I am going to do them while they're, well, it's disassembled like this, get everything decaled up, and then I'm going to do the final assembly after that. So I will be doing that video possibly later today. I still have to do some paint touch-ups and stuff here and let that dry. So tomorrow is the Good Friday. So with tomorrow being the holiday, the kids are home from school. I don't know if I'll get to the decals tomorrow. I'll try. I definitely will try. If not, it'll be the weekend. And then final assembly and completed model should be done by early next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday. And then I'm kind of going to have to be forced to work on the big refit, which a lot of you guys are waiting for. I'm scared shitless of it. I've been assured by a few people on the Facebook modeling forums that it's not that bad. There's a few issues that need to be resolved with it, and they've offered to help me. So I'm kind of feeling better about that. I've decided how I'm going to light it, but we'll talk about that in another video. And I think that's it for now, guys. So we'll look forward to the decal video possibly later today, if not in the next day or so, and then completed model of this Enterprise C1 2500 scale by early next week. So I hope you guys have a great Easter, and I will talk to you very soon, maybe before Easter, so I can wish you a happy Easter again. But if not, I'll do it now. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. This is Captain Foley saying thank you for checking out my channel. Please like and subscribe, share my videos, and let's try to get over 100 subscribers. I think I'm at 95 right now, and I want to. My son has a YouTube channel as well, Thomas Foley 45. He's got, I think, 114 right now. I want to try to beat his subscriber count. So let's try to help me out here, guys, and show him who the real Captain Foley really is. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Captain Foley with you. I just noticed I was just painting on the finishing details on my Enterprise C, and my explosion screensaver came on. So it's like, I thought I'd like share this with you guys, because it's like, oh look, the saucer got destroyed. Boom. Yeah, that's how I roll. Just different explosions that appear on screen, and they look like they're in space too, so I just thought it was kind of neat. Anyway, so I put the engines on because I needed to know which side was which, just so I could paint the navigation lights. They aren't on there permanently. Like, this is just a snap together kit, so they could be on there permanently, but I haven't glued them or anything. And the saucer is here drying. The navigation lights are all painted. And that's basically where we sit. I wasn't going to do an update today. I was going to let this dry, and then I still need to buy clear coat. I've only got dull coat over there. I need to buy clear coat before I can do any decals anyway. Because if you don't put the clear coat down, you're going to get silvering under the decals, especially with this gray that I use for the starships. So anyway, that's where we stand, guys. Nothing special really going on. I just saw this screensaver and thought, that's cool. I gotta show them. See, look, there's an explosion behind the ship. Boom. Yeah, cool, eh? Anyway, guys, just a quick video here. It is the holiday weekend. Easter's on Sunday, and today's Friday, so I want to wish you guys a happy Easter, and I guess that's it. So this is Captain Foley out. Here's some scenes of the Enterprise C just exploding. Just a happy coincidence that I'm working on the C, and I have this big one here on my desk. And this screensaver came on, and I just noticed the reflection with the way I was angled, and it looked like the Enterprise was exploding. I think it's pretty neat. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. Anyway, be sure to check out the rest of my builds. Subscribe to my channel, like. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah, I can't really. Boom. It's like the Romulan's got a hold of her. I just thought it was neat. Thought I'd share it with you guys. You might not think it's so neat. But sorry, guys. Alright, this is Captain Foley out. Good morning, YouTube family. How you doing today? It's Captain Foley with you again. It's been a while since I've done anything on the bench with this Enterprise C model, but that's because there's been a few changes going on around here. As you know, I've been doing the movie reviews for Star Trek. I'm going to continue on with that very shortly, probably tomorrow with Star Trek 5. And until then, we are going to get to work on this decaling on this Enterprise C today, so that you can see the decal methods that I use. Now, as for the changes that have been going on around here, some of you might notice that there's a new desk, a new organization going on. Picked up a new desk at IKEA yesterday, so it's bigger, it's longer, it's faster. We can rebuild it. We have the technology. So there's that going on. Also, yesterday I was out and about and I found this light up Starship Enterprise, and this is pretty effing cool, to be honest with you. Here it is up here, proportioned beautifully, very well done. And look, you got a little on-off switch there. So if I turn it on, it lights up the saucer section. It is a very cool little toy. It's $12.99, but I got it at 25% off. So I have it sitting up there, orbiting a heavenly body. I think y'all know what I mean. So I'm just going to switch it on so I don't kill the battery. But yeah, this is the new desk setup. And I think it's a much better deal. So this Enterprise, get back to this, comes with a little book. Just like my little phaser that I've done a video on earlier on my channel, if you want to check that out. So yeah, this just goes through the introduction, tells about the ship, about Gene Roddenberry's vision. It also goes on to talk about the 5-year mission and ship schematics. Talks about the primary hull. Secondary hull, defensive systems. Propulsion. Short range travel. Shuttlecraft there. Transporters. Early voyages. Final Frontier. I'm wondering if they're going to do a refit, because that would be epically awesome if they made a refit. The only problem I have with it, really, is that the engine Bizarre collectors, the nacelles don't glow. That would have made it very epically cool. Not that it already isn't. Most of these little gitchy toys you get, the proportions are all off, and I don't like that, but this one's perfect, so. Anyway, so we're going to get on to decaling this. Now, I've already applied my couple coats of clear coat. Shiny gloss coat, as you can see. That's a necessity for doing any good decal job. If you don't do that, you're going to get air trap between the decal and the rough surface of the paint, and it's going to do something called silvering, which we don't want. I've made that mistake on a few older models, and never again. So I put on the clear coat here. It's about 3 coats. You got to let it dry, obviously, between each coat application. And here's the secondary hull, ready to go. Now I did have a bit of a problem. This time I used testers, spray liqueur. I usually use Tamiya, but I didn't have any clear coat of the Tamiya. And the store we were at had the testers, so I bought it. And it was a bad idea, because when I sprayed this, a lot of the windows that I had already done kind of smeared. And it's only my 2500 scale. It's not a huge deal as far as windows go, as far as I'm concerned. I should have really waited and put the decals or the windows on after the decals, but I was trying a little experiment that one of my viewers suggested that I try putting the windows on first and see how they shine come through the decal. But we have a few issues here. I've cleaned up most of them. Some of them are really bad. I'm not going to bother with these right now. I might try to scrape some of that off still. We'll see. But we've got to get onto the decaling, so we're going to do that. Now, we get Chinese food. We get them in these little containers here. These are perfect for decals. You can either use that part or the clear part. I'm going to use the clear part today. Got some water spots on it, but that's alright. So what you're going to want to do is you put like 2 drops of regular liquid dish soap in here, and then you not fill it up, but this isn't very deep, so probably about halfway full of lukewarm water. I'm going to do that right now, so just hold on a second. Alright, so I've got it halfway full of water now, with 2 drops of dish soap. The dish soap is just basically to make the application of the decals much easier. Since this is a smooth surface now with the gloss coat, all you have to do is, once you put the decal in and you put it on the model, the slipperiness of the dishwater is going to ease movement of the decal so that you can place it properly and make sure it's where it's supposed to be. If it's not in the correct position, you can kind of wrangle it around a bit and get it where you need it to be. We're also going to be using micro set and micro sol. Now I've looked online. You're supposed to use micro set first. You actually, right before you apply the decal, you put micro set on the model with a paintbrush or a Q-tip, something like that. Not a lot, just enough to make sure the whole surface is clean and free of debris, and there's a little bit of moisture on it. Then when you put the decal on, it's going to start thinning. Now, you still have a lot of time with the micro set to move it around, because once it starts to thin, you're not going to want to move it too much, but the micro set allows for a little bit of time to help move it around also if you don't do the dish soap idea. And then after that, you're going to want to use micro sol. Now, it doesn't sound like the right order to do it in. You would think that the sol would come first and the set would come second. However, I have checked on the website and this is how it's supposed to be done. So the micro set goes on first, the micro sol goes on after the decal is where you want it. You brush it on over top of the decal and it thins it out and conforms to irregular surfaces for a painted on look, as you can see there. So that's where we stand with that. I'm going to pull out the decal sheet right now, which is just over here, and we are going to cut out our first decal. Oh, one more thing, just you can use anything to use for decals. I also use this, just little Tupperware containers. They don't have to be very big. And or if you have, depending on the size of your decals, you can do whatever you want to use, whatever you want to use. But Tupperware and or like takeout container things like this are a great idea, and they're super cheap. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy. All right, so I got our first decal cut out here, and it's one of the lower saucer rings. And it's not very big, but it's not very small either. I just want to kind of give you an idea of what to do. So you set it in the water until the backing becomes wet. Might take a couple seconds to soak up the water. You don't want to let it sit too long, otherwise it's going to fall off of there and float in the water, which is fine. You can recover them with a pair of tweezers or whatever. So that's good enough. I'm going to take it out now. Just a second here. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. So take it out with a pair of tweezers. Let it sit for another couple seconds just on the edge so that it can kind of loosen up a little bit. Okay, so it's going on the bottom here. It's going around this ring here. And you got to be careful with some of these models with the decals, because it shows you which ones to lay down first in white, and then the darker number goes on after, on top of the previous decal. And this one has a ton of decals, so I'm going to show you a few of them, but most of them I'm just going to do, and you're going to see the end results at the end of this video. So this is sat long enough for sure. I don't know how I'm going to do this holding this thing. Hold on a second here, guys. Before I do any of that, I got to, of course, put the micro set on. Put the micro set on the area it's supposed to go on to. You don't need to do an amount, so it doesn't need to be soaking wet, just a couple drops. Also make sure that the surface is free of dirt and dust. Okay. You place that on there. We'll try it this way, we'll see if it works. So I can show you guys. I need a tripod for my iPad is what I need. So you very gently slide it off of there. Throw this out don't need that anymore. As you can see, it's on there. Now I just need to finagle it around a little bit. You can use your fingers, you can use a toothpick, whatever you need to kind of get it in place. Take another quick look here, make sure it's in the right spot. Yeah, I know, guys, I need a tripod. I know. So you can see what I'm doing. You gotta be careful working with bigger decals. They're a lot harder to work with. They tend to rip quite a bit. You just gotta learn finesse. I usually use my tweezers to move them around, but a lot of people suggest you don't use metal implements. You use like a toothpick, which is fine. I mean, everybody has their own little technique. I've always found that the tweezers work fine because I'm using them anyway to pull the decals out of the solution. So they're usually in my hand. So there's the first decal placement on there. Okay, so now what we want to do is use our micro sol. I'm going to actually apply most of the decals and put the micro sol on afterwards, but I'm just going to show you guys real quick on this one. So you can see what, so you just get on your paintbrush and you just make sure you rub the whole thing. And that's going to help it adhere to those grid lines and all the textures on there and really make it look like it's a painted on look. So there you go, guys. It's the first decal. I'm going to do up a bunch of other ones, and if I think of any tips or anything along the way, I will definitely let you guys know. I got a chip on my shoulder. But otherwise, I'm going to see you in a second magically, and this will be finished. So see you soon. And another tip they recommend, actually on the instructions themselves, is when you're dealing with bigger decals like this, it's possible to cut them up into sections so that it's easier to apply for you, because a lot of times the bigger ones are harder to get on. Personally, I've never done that. I've had quite a few decals rip or fold over on me before. If they fold over, the best thing to do is to take them off with a pair of tweezers, put them back in the water, swish them around a little bit very gently, and they'll unfold and they'll get back into their proper shape. What was I saying? So yeah, I don't cut these up, but oh, that's it. A lot of times they do rip when you're moving them, and it's just a matter of really careful and patient playing around with it, messing around with like a toothpick or tweezers, whatever tool you want to use. But that will, you can line them up and you don't even notice it. There's been quite a few models where that's happened, and nobody can see it, not even me, after the fact. So don't worry about if your decal rips. Just take it easy. Don't freak out. Put more microset on it. Put more water from the dipping tray on it, and just gently finesse it, move it around, and get it lined up perfectly with the other half of the decal or whatever that you need to do. And you will be fine, trust me. So I'm going to go ahead and put this larger one on and just show you the bottom, and then we're going to continue on and get this stuff done. Now, a lot of times, almost every time, the decal is going to curl in the water, but just flatten it out best you can, and it'll soak up the water into the paper, and it's the paper that gets wet. That's what loosens the decal, so you just got to let it sit for a little bit. But smaller decals don't have to sit very long. Sometimes it's just a quick 1-2 second dip in the solution and you pull them out. But for larger ones, to get the soakage you need, sometimes you gotta let them sit for a little bit so that all of the paper gets covered and gets wet enough to let loose the decal. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do this one, throw it on here. So you got a little bit of a wrinkle there. Don't worry about wrinkles, they generally work themselves out. And when you put on the microsol, You can buff out any air bubbles. If you do have a major air bubble in an area that you can't get out, just a simple little pinprick, and it'll release all the air underneath, and you can flatten it out and you won't even notice. Okay, so I'm going to put this on and I'll talk to you in like a magical second. Okay guys, I gotta say, I'm an expert at this. I consider myself close to being an expert. And this decal on this model is a pain in the ass. Here doesn't matter because that's where the neck goes. But all of these life pods or escape pods line up perfectly until you get to this side, and then they are way offset. So I had to like slice. I still need to slice some more off of there, but to adjust it. And because of the grid lines and the size of the decal, there's a lot of wrinkling and a lot of bubbles, as you can see. So what I'm going to have to do is, after I let it dry, I got to see how it looks, and then I have to adjust accordingly. Just adding microsol and wetting it, and then ironing out wrinkles or whatever. But for the ease of these models, these 1/2500 scale, for the ease they are to build because they're snapped together, they're basically for a novice model builder. That's great and wonderful, and there's no painting, but of course I did do painting, but of course there's these decals, which most people that don't have any skill in model building wouldn't be able to do. This is just atrocious, this model. I would recommend highly for anyone that does this one to cut these into like fours, to cut it into quarters and lay them on that way. Like I said, I still gotta trim some stuff off there, and I still need to work out a few wrinkles and stuff, but I'm working at this for like 10 minutes. This one decal, it's just ridiculously huge, and to line everything up is a pain in the ass, because considering I think the decal is a little bit too big and the escape pods didn't line up perfectly. So, but other than that, it's not too bad right now. I got most of the shit out of it. Just gotta let it dry and see the damage, and I also just have to do a trimming job here. But yeah, definitely I would, if you're a novice builder building this one, definitely make this into a couple smaller decals to put on. It'd be much more manageable for you. And I had my suspicions that, like this one, it would have been better to paint this stuff on. As you can see on the bottom of this one, I have it all painted on, and I think it looks way better. It's brighter, it pops more. I don't know. I don't know what to do about this, guys. It's the bottom of it. You'll never really see it, so it's not a huge deal. That's why you always start on a section where you're sure that nobody's going to really see it, and then you move on from there. You get your decal practice with the smaller parts, or the parts that nobody will see. So I'm going to finagle with this for a little while and let you know how it goes. It's been about 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds since I hit the stop record button, and I've got the NCC 1701C on the bottom. The small decals are perfect. They go on beautifully. They look great. Just these big ones that are a pain in the ass. I've come to the realization, though, that I obviously have a life and a few things to do today, and I don't think I'm going to have time to do all of these decals for this video. So what I'm going to do is wrap this video up. I've given you all the tips you need, really. If there's any problems, questions, suggestions, anything you have, please put them in the comments below. But I'm not going to have time to do all this. It's going to take at least an hour, maybe 2 hours to do all these decals properly. So I'm going to have to work away at it today and a little bit tonight, and hopefully by tomorrow it'll be done. The next video you see, it'll be a completed model, and I'll let you know of any problems I had or whatever during the course of it. So once again, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to you guys coming back and checking me out again. Please subscribe, like, suggest this channel to anybody you know that likes model building or Star Trek, as those are my passions. So yeah, that's I think it, guys. So like I said, if you have any concerns or questions about the decal, the decaling tips or procedures that I've informed you of in this video, please let me know in the comments below. Any suggestions also. So you have a few air bubbles here. I've popped a few already, and a lot of them, since they're still wet, you can kind of push them out with your thumb. Just be careful the decal doesn't stick to your thumb. But yeah, please leave comments. Let me know if I've done anything wrong that you think or whatever. And I will talk to you very soon. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. This is Captain Foley signing off. Bye-bye. Hey, everybody. Captain Foley with you here again today. Sorry there's been no updates in the last few days. I've been deathly ill with the flu. Can hardly get out of bed, even to work on this. I've still got a lot of decals that need to be done, but it's coming along nicely. Got some work done on the engines and the secondary hull. But even to sit here for a few minutes makes me nauseous and I have to go lay down. Today's the first day I've really actually eaten anything. So it's coming along, and I just want to apologize for not posting any updates and not having this finished yet. This should, by all rights, be finished by now. But I've just been so sick, and I apologize. And as you can see, there are a ton of decals on this thing. So I'm working away at that. As you know, I recently got a few more models that I'm going to dread doing. This one is one of them. And an old 1979 original Star Trek motion picture Vulcan shuttle. I know I've got a lot of requests for this to be underway, the refit. I agree. The only problem I'm having is I don't have my lighting yet. And I haven't ordered it yet. I don't have the funds for it. I've made a few decisions about it. I'm going to go with the sensor dish there is just going to be blue. I'm not going to have it change from standby to warp. The engines, the warp engines are going to have an on-off switch, so they're either in warp or not. When they're on, the impulse engines are going to be off. I'm going to have all my flashers, all my strobes, the spotlights, but I'm not going to have the torpedo tube launchers that fire. I'm just going to have those glowing a very light red color. So I still have to go ahead and order this stuff, unless some of you would be so kind as to order it for me. I'm just kidding. No one's going to do that, but it would be cool. I got to get it underway, and I probably will. That'll be the next thing I work on, is this. As soon as the C's done, start my light blocking and whatever I'm doing with it. I don't even know yet. I'm just so... Hey. But yeah, so there you have it, guys. Sorry this isn't much of an update, but I'm just, like I said, I'm not feeling well, and I just thought I'd let you guys know that I haven't forgotten about you. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you very soon. It's Captain Foley out. Hi guys, Captain Foley with you again today. How are you doing? So it's been a super busy long weekend, and I know that I haven't got as far on this as I would have wanted to. I do have these decals left, so that's 6 decals in total. These ones here, I don't know if you remember, but they were for the part on the engine nacelle here that I've managed to paint copper, because I think the copper looks a lot better. I've run into quite a few issues doing the decals on this thing, and I will go through those in a minute. I just want to briefly talk about one or two things. First of all, it was a Transformers kind of weekend. I found myself a new Transformers mug, which is really awesome, and also a really good book. This happens right before the animated series, the G1. It's called Retribution, and it looks really good. I'm really excited to read it. So we got that. Yeah, the weekend, it was the Mother's Day weekend, of course, so I had a birthday party Friday evening, a birthday party in Toronto, which is like a 2-hour drive, on Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday we had the family here, where I barbecued and I was basically on the barbecue all afternoon, so I haven't had time to really get much of this done and make a video for you guys, and I apologize. There are a few differences between this and the big one that I'd like to point out as soon as I'm done here. But I'm going to finish these decals right now, and then we will. I'll get to discussing what's wrong with this model, things to look out for when you do it yourself, and anything that's different between this and this one here. So it's definitely a red alert kind of day because I got to get this finished and show you everything that needs improvement or pitfalls on this model. So I'm just going to pause you guys, and I will see you in a second. Okay guys, we are done. Here she is in all her glory. Foley Lights 1 2400 scale USS Enterprise C. Now I still need to of course apply the dull coat to this bad boy, but there she is. Now when I was doing it, I noticed quite a few differences between this bigger Polar Lights model and this little one. First of all, the top of the engines. This one has the Starfleet Delta stripe. This one doesn't. Right there says Enterprise, and if it'll focus, there it says Enterprise. On the other side we got 1701 C. On that side, on this one, it says Enterprise. On the bottom it says Enterprise and Enterprise. On the bottom of this big girl it says NCC 1701C and then Enterprise over here. Let's see here. Can't think of any of the main differences right offhand. I do still have a little bit of painting I'd like to do. I'm going to paint these grills at the back silver, just like on this. My other big complaint about this model is if I ever built this one again, the 2500 scale, I would paint. Oh, there's another big difference. That big delta and stripe is absent from this one also. But now, as I was saying, I would paint a lot of these, like all this on, like on this. I would paint it instead of this decal. These decals were atrocious. I tried to get the bubbles out. I couldn't. There are bubbles all over this big one. These side ones were hard to conform as well. They did fit. They did conform. Same with on the neck there. But the large ones, like on the top here, got ruined at the back, as you can see. This surface is just too large and it's too contoured. Too many bumps and stuff going on for a decal to work properly. So I would paint it if I ever did it again. Same with on the engines here. I had a lot of problems with those decals, get them to lie flat. Not happy with this overall model as far as the decals go. I've done a lot of decal work in my day. The Polar Lights one, I think it's 1400 scale refit Enterprise. I put all the Aztec and decals on it beautifully. Turned out great. And they were fairly large as well, but these ones are just too large and it doesn't translate well into decals. Painting would be so much better. So if I ever did it again, that's one of the things I would do different. What else was I going to say? Yeah, the decals, they don't line up with the phaser ring here. The escape pods actually overlap the phaser ring, and I don't like that. As far as everything else goes, I need to do a little bit of painting. I want to paint around that ring with a lighter blue, similar to that. And then I also have to... what else was I going to paint here? Oh yes. This I don't even think you're supposed to paint on the big one either, but these here, these white squares, I painted mine white. I don't think they're supposed to be done white, but I'm going to also paint them white on this. So there will be one more video with the NCC 1701C from me, but just move these out of the way for you guys so you can see a bit better. But other than that, it's done. I'm going to do those little paint touch-ups, and then I need to dull coat it, but then it'll join the rest of the 2400 scale fleet in the other room there, and I'll do a video of all of them together as well. But there you have it, guys. It's a great model, don't get me wrong, just the decals on it suck. If you're not good at decals, I would suggest cutting them up into smaller decals, like quarters, quadrants, whatever, and doing it that way. To line them up is easier than to fix everything wrong with them. Like I said, you can see air bubbles in this because of the frustration level I had with it. I just got so fed up. But all in all, not a bad looking little model. I just realized my one decal is crooked here. It must have dried crooked. I'm going to get some microsol on that and straighten that one out. That side's good, okay. So we're just going to do a final inspection, paint it up, and then do the dull coat. And that will be done. Other than that, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that I've kind of made a decision. You know, I got Boba Fett and Stormtrooper here, and all these other little things hanging around. Well, what I may do, since I've got so much memorabilia and so many collectibles, those guys and a few others might change around every once in a while in my videos, so keep an eye out for that. I'll have like new characters there, maybe a Star Trek ship, something along those lines. Always new stuff going to be showing on my desk here, just to keep it new and interesting for you guys. I still have to go through my collection, and there's a lot of pieces I still want to show you, so expect those videos. I also expect videos more frequently now. Kind of getting more back into a regular routine of things, and I should be able to pump out more regular videos again. So anyway, there you have it, guys. My Enterprise C 2400 scale all finished up. Well, mostly, about 98% finished up to my satisfaction. But nice little model. Just not very happy with the decals they supply for it. So that's my little critique. Alright, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. And I hope to see you guys in the future with my future videos. I will be doing another one hopefully tomorrow. Probably the Star Trek 6, the Undiscovered Country review, the movie review that I've been doing for those series. Probably do that one tomorrow. And I'm going to get to work, I think, on the refit. There have been people demanding the refit. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have my lights or anything yet, but that's fine. I can start doing light blocking on the inside, get a couple coats of pearlescent on the outside, get little things test fitted together, make sure everything's good that way. So I can get that underway. I'll probably do it in parts. I'll do the saucer, and then I might even move on to something else like the Vulcan shuttle, and eventually get around to this girl here. But I'm going to work on this in stages and steps until I get the lighting kit. Once I get the lighting kit, then I'm going to go full-blown on this. So I know, William Mann, you keep saying refit, refit, refit. Well, I agree with you. I do want to get it done, but I don't want to plunge too much into it without having a lighting kit available to me. So, like I said, I've made some choices on that, on what I'm going to do, and I'm looking into those options right now so I can get the one that suits my needs best and saves me the most amount of money. So, alright, guys, this is Captain Foley saying thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye bye. Hey guys, Captain Foley with you. So I just finished doing my Star Trek 6 review video. It is now rendering and uploading. Should take a few hours for that. So in the meantime, I wanted to show you my completed Enterprise C. I've got the dull coat on it. All the decals look half decent now. So this is just a quick update just to let you guys know that I'm thinking of you. You're going to have 2 videos today once this other one gets uploaded. And we got this quick little one right now of Enterprise C. there you have it. So now, after C, of course, we're moving on to the refit, do some paint or light blocking, etc. So that's my quick little update, guys. It's Captain Foley saying thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you very soon. So look forward to my Star Trek 6 movie review. It should be up in 2-3 hours, hopefully. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's Captain Foley out.